Hey pen friends, Larry here and welcome back to Larry's Fountain Pen Review. Today I want to talk about a vintage, this is what the seller said, a vintage Sheaffer Quasi Imperial fountain pen. Now, it didn't come in a box, so no box. Let's go ahead and do the dimensions first. The length capped is 5.12 inches. Posted, it comes in at 5.68 inches. The weight of the pen, uninked, is 17.3 G's. And I will be inking it up with some Euchre's, is that how you pronounce it? Euchre's Cobalt Blue ink. It's a really great ink. Pen came with a converter. Let's just go ahead and go to the heart of the pen. I'm going to go straight to the nib, first of all. Make sure we get a real nice close-up. What I do like about this pen is the diamond inlaid nib on it. It's really a nice looking nib. So, that inlaid nib looks really stunning. I've always liked that on these Sheaffer pens. Sheaffer 440 Quasi Imperial has a short diamond inlaid nib, like I said, and this is new old stock. So we go back to where it was advertised as vintage. Could this be vintage? Actual vintage? Or is it just old new stock? Because not all old new stock is vintage. This has a plastic body, cap, and barrel with a nice looking Sheaffer clip that has the Sheaffer dot on it. This variation of the 440, like I just said, had a short diamond inlaid nib. And they come in different colors. The black, as you said, they have a blue, they have a burgundy, they have a green, they have a light blue, they come in a red, and I believe that's all the colors I've seen. The manufacturer in the year of the Sheaffer, which is made in the USA, this one, was produced in 1970s to about 1980. And they had a few nib options. Depend on colors, was extra fine, fine, and medium. Due to the problem they had with the first design, the ink dried up on the feed too quickly. And if the pen, was left unused for a while, at times it would release ink and it created just a big old blob. That would be kind of icky on your paper. You could just see yourself writing and then a big blob of ink falls out. Blech. And sometimes, but more frequently, they said, would be left in the cap. So that was interesting. The Parker Pen Company was in Janesville, Wisconsin. It's got a nice, tough clip on it, but still there's some flexibility there. It will stay secure in your shirt for sure. When you go up the cap, I do like that square finial they have on top. That looks kind of stunning to me. And I do like the band on the bottom of the cap. And it doesn't have any writing on it. And I'm going to look again. No writing whatsoever. But they do, when you turn the pen right side up, they do have Sheaffer right in there. Made in the USA. So you have to turn it upside down to see Sheaffer made in the USA. And that would be upside down on the writing. That's interesting. I wonder why they did that. So let's go ahead and post it to show you. It's not a big pen, okay? So now that would look nice right here. When you post your pen, for those who like to post, that would be a nice fit, nice look in the hand. For those who don't care to post it, I have small hands, and it fits fairly decent in my hand. For long writing sessions, that's undetermined as of right now. If you have large hands, I don't think this is going to accommodate it without posting your cap. And as you go down the barrel, there's really no step off to the grip section. And then when you see these little middle doodads right here, I believe that's what holds the pen together. So let me take off the barrel. You can see them right here. You know, when I first saw these, they kind of reminded me of the Lamy 2000. For some reason, I don't know why. But anyway, here is the filling mechanism in the pen. It's steel, metal. And the writing is just about gone on it. Let's see if I can make any of this out. Oh, not really. A lot of it's already faded away. What do I see on it, though? I see what looks to be there's maybe an A. At the very end is an E and a P. But like I said, it's really hard to make out. But this is probably just saying about the filling system. This is something that I will revisit after I take some more time and really checking out this filling system on it to let you know what the words were on this at one time, what it spells out. So the converter comes off. It fits nicely back into the section, and it's not going nowhere. So this pin right here, as you go up the converter, the little black button here, it pushes down. So when you put it in your ink, you press and you fill it that way. That is interesting. To be honest with you, this is the first of a kind I've seen on the pen. Usually it's the squeeze converter type. But this is really interesting. It's kind of cool on this pen. I find this pen to be very interesting. And if anybody out there knows about this pen, hey, feel free to leave your comments. Would you say this is a vintage? Yes or no? And about the filling system. Because that's the first time I've seen that before. And I found that to be really interesting on the pen. And I'm looking at my notes, excuse me. So this pen is the least expensive. I think the more expensive one model was the 330, which that mirrored the style of a more expensive Imperial of the era now, okay? It was redesigned, section fitted snugly over the nib and feed, as you see here, stuck in sections right in there, where the Mark I section unscrews. And the new filling system was the public approved back then in 1965. When the public approved it, they liked the pen that won the public's approval. So then, in 1965, the Parker 21 was discontinued. So this one came in, if I'm correct. And then, back then, when the Parker 21 was there, It ranged in from like 1952. And their colors for that Parker 21s had some nice colors. They had a black, they had a red, green, and a blue, and a charcoal gray, and a brown. So that was 6 different colors. And what was cool about the Parker 21 was a school pen. Remember those pens back in the day, for all those who go back that far? Who follow the design of the Parker 51, which is right about here. But they made it cheaper with plastic, with an alloy, and they said with the 8 metal nib rather than a gold nib. And those dates back then were like 1948 to about 1951 with the Mark I. Then that was it on the dates that I found. So I found the pen interesting, really did. Alrighty, folks. Now I want to show you some pen comparisons. Here's the Pilot Metropolitan. And you can see it's a little bit longer. They're close in size, but just not a perfect match. But here's a cool pen. This is the Sheaffer. A little bit shorter than this one. This was a lot fancier. Let's talk about this one for a minute. This Sheaffer, why I like it, and I have different sizes and colors, was a school pen. This was the type of pen that I used when I went to school. Elementary, junior high as well. I love this pen. It is a cool fountain pen. And the reason why I have 4 or 5 of them, because they just bring back memories. I like the way they look. Had some great memories with the pen. Love the colors. I always carried cartridges in mine. And the cartridges I used in mine, believe it or not, was Peacock Blue. I believe by Sheaffer. So, cool, little, inexpensive, everyday school pen carry that I just really enjoy just looking at. So, now let's fill up the pen with what kind of ink, Mr. Announcer?
Euchers.
Euchers.
Cobalt blue.
Cobalt blue. All right. So here we go. Let's see how she rolls. Dun, 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 dun. That is a cool button. Oh, here we go. One, two. Saw that little bubble? That little bubble noise. I really do love this ink. Love the brand. Really a nice ink. I did a review on those inks. I really do enjoy the ink. Very affordable ink. Nicely made. So, now it's time to do some writing. Alright, to all you Sheaffer lovers out there. And dog. All right. Let's do some wet test here. All right. And it is nice wet nib. And as the cap flies off, we'll stick it on there again. Now it's not going nowhere. Okay. Downstroke, cross stroke. No pressure at all, with some pressure, and you get a little bit of line variation. And some fast writing. What do you think? Now let's try the reverse writing. And you do get different line variations with reverse writing. Now, nib size. Now the nib, I'm trying to find on it if it's what size of nib it is, and I really can't find anything to tell me what size nib it is. So to me, it's acting like a medium nib. The nib was wet. It wasn't scratchy. It had some feedback to it, but it was good. A decent fountain pen. An interesting fountain pen. Short clip, Sheaffer. I found interesting that the writing of the pen, the name of the pen, where it was made, you have to turn the pen upside down to read, get that. And I do like the top of the finial where it's a square. So is it a cool pen? Yeah. This would be a great everyday school carry pen, I think. If I was going back to school again, I'd carry it. I think it's an interesting fountain pen. I bought this off eBay, used, and the seller didn't know much about the pen, he said. And so I thought I'd pass that information on to you. So there you have it, my friends. Well, as always, thank each and every one of you for joining me on Larry's Fountain Pens. Thank you, my friend. Those are the minions over here talking, so you have to excuse them sometimes to get a little you-know-what. But anyway, it's all like that. So, take care, God bless, be safe. As always, my friends, remember, don't text and drive. Bye-bye.